Coming up on today's Philadelphia Eagles Now, Eagles edge rusher Nolan Smith talks about the Eagles mentality going into 2025. Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert excited for new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo, and breakout buzz continues for this Eagles player. Welcome into the show. I'm Chase Sr. Thanks for hanging out. And as always, no matter where you are, how you're tuned in, thank you so much for making today's show a part of your day. I do want to touch on this because this has been our goal for the entire month of June, to pick up more subscribers this month than we did in the month of May. We're always trying to compete. Not a lot going on the NFL calendar, so let's have some fun here on the program. The real ones know. So far this month, with less than a week left in the month of June, we have picked up 964 new subscribers. In the month of May, 1,132 people locked us in by hitting that sub button. That means that we are 169 people away from overtaking that number. Let's accomplish that with this show. Hit that sub button for the best Eagles coverage right here on YouTube, and I promise you, you won't regret that decision. Nolan Smith, Eagles edge rusher, going into year 3. Expectations are high for him. He knows about that. And we all know that the expectations for Philadelphia and the Birds sky high going into 2025, considering what they accomplished last year and how they did it. Dump truck in Kansas City, in New Orleans in Super Bowl 59. Nolan Smith on Good Morning Football yesterday, and he described that Eagles connection and the locker room vibe and culture from last year as special. That is something that the Eagles look to maintain and keep up going into the 2025 campaign. I thought what he said there was pretty notable. He was also asked about the one team in his estimation, in his eyes, who he thinks has the best shot to knock off the Eagles from accomplishing their goal from repeating as Super Bowl champions. He looked right inside the division in the NFC East and mentioned the Washington Commanders, saying that the Commanders beat Philadelphia when the Eagles were on the road, albeit Jalen Hurts did go down early in that game, and how the Commanders played the Eagles tough outside of the NFC Championship game, and they figure to only continue to get better and improve as the team becomes more experienced, as Dan Quinn enters year 2, Jaden Daniels going into year 2. He now has more familiarity with his offensive play caller and Cliff Kingsbury, and there's no question that the Commanders are looked at as one of the top teams in the NFL heading into 2025. Now, we know what happened in the NFC Championship game. The Birds put up 55 points. Saquon Barkley scampered to the crib 60 yards on the opening play of the game, but you have to be honest, the Commanders are a dangerous team heading into this year, and they will test the Eagles inside the NFC East and inside the NFC, in my opinion. Smith also added, look, as long as we stay together and we stay on our P's and Q's, we have an opportunity to do it again, because he knows what we know, that the Eagles are locked and loaded as far as their roster talent. Best owner in the sport, best GM in the game, and a top 5 head coach in Nick Sirianni. Here's where his interview really caught my attention, because I'm always interested in business, in sports, in life, how people respond to being successful, but trying to maintain and topple that success. How do you continue to be great? And Nolan talked about the Eagles' mentality and vibe going into their Super Bowl defense, and he said this: I'm not waiting on getting any ring. We're on to the next page. Like Sirianni said, we got to flip the page in the book. That's last year. Everybody else has moved on to this year. We can't be stuck in last year. I love this mentality from Nolan Smith, one of the team's leaders. He's looking to fill the shoes of Brandon Graham, both with football production and being a leader for this team in the locker room and on the field. I love this type of mental makeup from the Eagles. What the Eagles did was special last year, crushing Kansas City. Thoroughly outplayed them throughout the entire duration of that ball game until the Chiefs stat padded late. But you know what's more special than winning Super Bowl 59? You know how you go down in immortality? Going back to back and going on a dynastic run. That should be the focus of the Philadelphia Eagles. And you think about some of the cutthroat competitors and champions, especially me in my lifetime. These are the names who come to mind. Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant, Tiger Woods. Throw in an athlete like Serena Williams, Michael Phelps. What do they all have in common? They're never content. They never settle. And here at Chat Sports, the real ones know, we've been undergoing a massive office expansion and renovation. I came here in 2021. I was employee 8. We're over 30. We're about to hire 6 to 8 more people. And we're designing what the new layout is of our Chat Sports office. And the bosses put this right behind my desk. Was it by design? I said that I'd like it there among the photos that we had, but it reads, never settle. I could have had a Muhammad Ali photo back there. That would have been cool. But I wanted Kobe Bryant. The bosses were cool with that. They put it up there because I've had so much success here at Chat Sports. I've helped to build this company. We have reached milestones on this channel. I'm living out a dream that I had since I was 5 years old. But I've wanted to be a sports broadcaster since I was 5 years old. And at some point, I want to get to the level of Dan Patrick, Rich Eisen, Scott Van Pelt, Colin Cowherd. I'm not settling now. Producer Chip ain't settling now. There's more for us to accomplish. There's more for the birds to accomplish. Sirianni also, I think he has a great innate ability of having a great pulse on his football team and always having the right things to say right in the chamber for him when he addresses his football team. And a clip was put up on the Eagles' X page this week of Sirianni talking to the team saying, treat praise like perfume. Sniff it, but don't drink it. It's poison. The Eagles have the resume, the experience, the talent, the depth, the chops, the makeup, the structure, the stability to win a Super Bowl. And if they could stay healthy, and like Nolan Smith said, stay hungry, they have the championship ingredients. Eagles fans should be pumped up by what Nolan Smith said and the Eagles mentality that they have going into this year. I can't wait for it. Can the Eagles go back-to-back? If you think Philadelphia can repeat as Super Bowl champions, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. If not, that's fine. I want you to comment why, though, and list your reason or reasons. 4th of July is coming up. We're about a week away. If you love America, you love the Eagles. After all, Philadelphia is America's birthplace. Get your 4th of July Eagles shirts right now, thanks to our friends at Fanatics. They are available on sale, limited time only, but you have to use that link down below. Chatsports.com/Eagles4th. You'll look good. You'll feel good. You'll rep the birds. You'll rep America. You'll have something to wear for the 4th of July. Eagles' new offensive coordinator, it is Kevin Patullo going into this year. He takes over for Kellen Moore, who was a terrific play caller, play designer, and OC for the Birds in that Super Bowl run. And he's now the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. And so Patullo has some big shoes to fill. The Eagles are hoping this situation doesn't end up like the Brian Johnson situation in 2023 after the Eagles had made it to a Super Bowl. Their offense sucked the following year. And Kevin Patullo has a lot of potential, I think, as a play caller, as an offensive coordinator, and as a coach in this league. Been around the block for a while. He's been with Nick Sirianni for a long time. Previously served as the Eagles' associate head coach and pass game coordinator. He's been with Sirianni since they were with the Colts. Patullo went to Indianapolis in 2018. He credits Chan Gailey as his biggest influence in coaching. Patullo has good experience as a player. He played quarterback and wide receiver at South Florida, high-level D1, and he has been Sirianni's right-hand man. And since Sirianni came to the Eagles, we know that Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman value offense. They've gotten great results under Sirianni's tutelage. Here are the Eagles' offensive rankings since 2021 when Sirianni came to the city of brotherly love. 4th in offensive EPA, 2nd in passing yards per attempt, 2nd in fewest interceptions, 3rd in points scored, 3rd in drive score percentage, 3rd in touchdown percentage, 5th in successful play percentage, 6th in passer rating. Here's what Goedert said about Patulo. I'm really excited for Kevin. He's been with us since Sirianni got here. He's waited his turn to get this opportunity. Throughout OTAs, I've really loved what he's doing with the offense. Little changes here and there. And I'm really excited for the opportunity. Just with the connection I grew with him the last 4 years, what he sees in me in different ways, that he's going to get me the ball that I'm really excited for. So Goedert is excited for his own personal potential under Patulo, but what I want to see from Patulo, bring new, fresh ideas and concepts to the Eagles offense. Have some different iterations. Have your own flavor. Put your own touch and your own fingerprints on the Eagles offense. But the fact that Dallas Goedert mentioned Patullo making some changes, that is what I want to hear. Because Brian Johnson did not do that from 2022 to 2023, and that's why the Eagles offense became vanilla, predictable, and outright bad. Last portion of the show. We have talked time and time again about Eagles defensive tackle Moro Ojomo being a prime breakout candidate for the 2025 season. And some people within the Philadelphia Eagles landscape and world sphere, they know that Moro Ojomo is a really good player. But some people nationally are starting to do some deep dives going into this upcoming NFL season, and they're really impressed with what Ojomo has done and what he can continue to be. I saw this tweet which went viral, and it reads this: there's never been a more obvious incoming breakout than Moro Ojomo. Everybody brace themselves. And it has some highlight tape and film of what Moro Ojomo did last year. And what he did last year was very impressive with a limited workload. With more of a workload, I think that he can put up even better production. His overall Pro Football Focus grade of 68 was 39th among 210 defensive tackles. His pass rush grade, you lose Milton Williams, you replace him with Ojomo. 82.6, that was 5th in the NFL. His pass rush snaps, he only had 268 of them. That ranked 64th. But he had 26 hurries in 268 pass rush snaps. That was 24th, and his 31 pressures ranked 35th. A lot of those numbers are starting caliber numbers, and they rank up there with some high-level starters across the NFL. And I think that he's going to be able to get after the quarterback. You look at pass rush win rate from last year. Moro Ojomo, 18.2%. Higher than Milton Williams at 17.6%. And Ojomo's 18.2% pass rush win rate, the best on the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line. Mark it down, write it down, remember it. Moro Ojomo, breakout candidate for 2025, going to help the Eagles replace Milton Williams. So I leave you with this naturally. How many sacks will Ojomo have in 2025? I'm going to say 7. I think 7's a great number. You let me know what you're thinking. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you soon.